In this video, we are going to see how we can enter the expenses against the accruals. Now, what is accrual? Let's say that any kind of expense is due in any particular month. But usually what happens is we pay it in the next month. Let's say that we have received the electricity bill in February. We are paying in February as well, but that bill is related to January. So basically we need to record it in January, even though we received that in February and we are paying in February. But if we record it in February on the date we are paying, it will be charged as an expense and in the profit and loss automatically of February. So that's wrong. If it is related to January bill, it should be recorded in January at the back date. But when we put the back date of 31st of January and debit electricity bill, what will be the credit? Because we haven't paid cash yet. So the credit will be accrued expenses or accruals as a liability. That is a liability. If you want to learn more about it, I have attached this document which explains all the details about accrued expenses and how they are treated along with the examples. You can check out in the resources section and just fully read this if you don't know about this concept. So anyways, let's continue with our transaction. Just go to the banking and click on journal entry and click on new journal entry. From here, we just select the transaction date, which is 31st of January, and we can put any reference here. Now what we can do is, since all of these expenses are accrued expenses, that means they need to be adjusted in the back date to the period to which it relates, like electricity bill, rent, salaries and wages, and telephone bills. And they are all on the same date. So what we can do is, we can just debit all of this, and against that, we finally post it as a credit, as a single credit to accrued expenses. So first one, we have electricity bill. Let's scroll down and find the utilities section. Here's the utility. Select that. Right here, electricity bills indirect. Make sure you reduce all the extra spaces so that the transaction details could show properly. I think it's not properly copied. Now let's paste it. 15,000 is the debit amount. Go on the second line. We have rent here. Let's select the rent ledger, rent or lease expense under 6,300. As you can see here, we can just copy this simple narration and paste it right here. It's 125,000. Press tab. On the third line, we have salaries and wages. Just copy this, salaries and wages. Let's select the right category. Okay, here we have the wages expense in 6,000 category, as you can see. So wages is also fine, but if you want to adjust the name later on, we can change this to salaries and wages. Right now, let's use this one. 75,000 is the debit amount. Telephone bills, it's also a utility. So let's write here 6,400, or maybe if we find the telephone expense separately, yes, we have it, 6,450. This one right here, 6,450. Let's select this. 5,000 is the amount. So all set, the debits are set. 220,000 is the total. You can easily check the total here in Excel sheet. Just select all of these cells and you see the totals right at the bottom. Press tab. Go on the last line. On the last line, it automatically copies the description which is above, but we will change that and we will change the above one as well. As you can see, this is not salaries and wages, this is telephone bills. So press tab, and on the last, we will write here utility bills to accrued expenses. Just mention that. And credit should be a liability account, which is accrued expenses. Here, as you can see, 2315. We created this in the starting of the assignment. So if you want to learn more about it, or if you want to recheck that, you can check the earlier videos. So accrued expenses is a liability account already created. Under here, we see the total down at the bottom. So we will just see it from here, 220,000. And now out of balance is 0. We can simply enter that. Save. And that's how we deal with all the accrued expenses or the indirect expenses that is recorded or accrued on the back date in the period to which it relates. So just try this by yourself and I will see you in the next one.